That sounds broken as hell. Alright, everybody. Welcome back to D&D 5th edition in Hook Signal Benches. I think Joe is losing connection. Oh, there it goes. This is session number 42. Make sure that you keep caught up by going to bit.ly/LeapJackGaming, our YouTube page, where everything is in a nice playlist ready to go. Alright, last time we left off, the group defeated the All Elemental without much problem, because the great and powerful wise DM decided to make them all attack rolls, and I rolled crap and hit nothing, instead of saving throws, which I made the mages give the guys, and they almost killed them. And that wasn't supposed to be a difficult encounter. So, life is strange. Yeah. I mean, when you have a +10 to hit, that shouldn't matter too much. But it did. I mean, it does. That's still whatever. Moving along, after that, they went to the mage camp, or the Templar camp, where they found some mages, including Girk, who was leading the mages against the Templar. Girk was promptly smashed and made into a gnomish goo. Yes, and the mages, after their leader, per se, was smushed, they all decided to disappear. It was determined that they were probably casting Dimension Door and disappearing to the north. However, from there, the group decided to reconvene. Oh, excuse me, at the Templar camp. Where is that? Is where we left off. However, yes, the three of them. Kylin rushed into the forest after the rock. And Lee has her own little adventure she's been on. She had a soul-searching quest of sorts. And we're actually going to start with her. Yes, right into it. Lee, you emerge into the fields to the south view, just like about 100 feet, is the camp, the Londa camp. And you see above you the sun seems to be blocked by a large floating island. Not also really close inside the camp, you can see this hunking thing of earth. Actually, all crumbled, but you do see some carnage as the stables are burning. Part of the inn is crushed, and some of the tents have taken some damage as well. Remnants of a battle remain smoldering in the camp. A ways away, you see tents, which reminds you of the Templar camp, and probably is the Templar camp, not too far off from Lolanda, as we'll call it. Also from there seems to be smoldering fire billowing, some smoke from the ground. And from there, what would you like to do? Okay. If you want to not be seen, go ahead and roll a stealth check. If your sneak is more of just a quiet saunter, then don't worry about it. Your sneak is more of a quiet saunter. Okay, so the forest doesn't have much of a fenced in area, so you can just kind of go around it. And so you can kind of sneak in, and everyone is rushing around. Civilians are running still. trying to find safety somewhere. Um, and uh, any sort of combatants that were here seem to have left. Okay, well, the floating island is well, probably miles above. It's hard to discern. You don't really know the actual size, but it's just enough to block out the sun, like a cloud would. You know how it becomes shady. So the whole area is cast in shade. To walk towards it, I guess it would be going towards the fields, the main fields towards the Templars. Okay. So as you kind of head along, you see, just for time's sake, you see Far Traveler in the distance raise up his great maul and smash down on someone. And then shortly after that, you witness all of the mages that were around disappear. In that grouping is what appears to be Duncan, Thok, Fart Traveler. I believe that was it. Yes, I don't remember where Jecht is, to be honest. Right. We'll say that he's inside somewhere just to keep coherent because he's not. Raz is not here to confirm, or not confirm, but play Jecht at the moment. So we'll come back to that. Okay. The only way you can really hide out in these plains is by dropping down. You could do that for sure. Um, yeah, it would be the open plains, but the grass is tall enough where you could lay down in it and be pretty well hidden. That is another option that works very well. Okay, so you cast invisibility. Okay, so as you are you approaching? Okay, because you are moving, go ahead and make a stealth check. The DC for them to perceive you is going to be significantly more difficult for them to reach. Okay, they don't seem to notice you at all. As you approach, um, they seem to be beginning their walk back towards the Templar camp. So now we'll shift to let's go ahead and shift to Kylan real quick because she's off doing her thing. You're chasing the rock. Is there anything else you would like to do? No. Okay, so you're just gonna be focused on that. Uh, okay. It does take some time before you reach her, excuse me. But you do eventually find her, and she is hidden in a canopy of trees. Uh, she doesn't seem hostile, just a little rattled. Okay. Well, but it's something, and it definitely helps her calm down a little bit. Not really willing to go anywhere at the moment, though, without some significant working with. Eats a meters for a little rattled, maybe a little bit, but yeah. kind of like a frozen bird. Okay. Okay, we'll say that takes you a little bit of time. But eventually you'll make it back. Probably it will take a while, so I'll keep that in mind while you are out doing that. Bringing it back to Jacked, because Raz just returned. uh, Last we left off, you were investigating the four orbs that had been that fell off of the elemental. Um, do you have identify perchance? Okay, so it will take you some time to do this. It would take a short rest for one. Uh, which one would you like to start with? Good one to start with. Um, they more or less have the same property. There is going to be slight variations, but uh, you definitely won't be done by the time everyone else is going to be done with their stuff. But let's say you will have enough time to at least do the one before something else might happen. Um, so you investigate it, and you pour your knowledge into it and your power, and you kind of try drawing power from it. And you do a little bit of just pondering and looking through your grandfather's notebook for inspiration. I'm still going to need an Arcana check because this is going to be a very difficult uh, test. 12 double eights is still a double eight. Um, okay, go ahead. That's significantly better. So you're thinking about it, you just can't figure it out, and then you finally remember grandfather's journal. That might be helpful. So you open it, you flip through some pages, and you're just going through it, and your homunculus is kind of like working through it with you. When finally you find some note, some hint of what these might actually be, and you feel that this core is what they seem to be is cores of elemental power are connected to the lords of the elements. It's hard to discern beyond that point what they could be used for, but that is a starting point, at least. Okay, so getting back to uh, the, the rest of you guys, I guess. As you head back to the Templars' main camp, not too far away at this point, as you were on just the outside of it, where you found Girk and his entourage. Uh, we'll leave it to you what you would like to do from this point. If nothing, I guess you can just head back into the camp. um, yeah, I'm sorry if I was not clear. Thok, Far Traveler, Duncan. Well, I'm sure Octavia's got the camp handled. I'm more concerned about figuring out what the next step is. We do have some protections from things like meteors coming from the sky. However, we're going to be very limited if they do it again. Uh, hmm. I don't like the plan. I've heard stories of it, but it might be the best place right now. Okay. Uh, yeah, I guess I'll head and gather the troops, see if we can get camp moving. You cut out quite a bit there. Yes, I believe this is going to be one of our final fights. If we can get someone up there, I think that would be our best plan, even if it's a small troop that does something. Well, gather your people, and I will talk to Octavia and gather mine, and we will reconvene. Yeah, he kind of quickens his pace slightly and starts to march into his camp. Okay. Oh, oh no. Go ahead. Make an attack roll. He does not know you are there. Okay. You do have advantage. It's not a crit, is it? You don't. Yeah. Do you have open accuracy? You do not. I don't remember if you got it or not. Okay. Uh, so you come out of invisibility and you swing and you hit his armor. Out of the excitement that you were going to strike this man down, you hit his armor and it glances off. Duncan already fully drawn with his blades. Go ahead. Nothing you can discern. Duncan doesn't move. You first. He'll slowly sheath his, but keeps his hands on the pommels. He gives this couple of steps back, says, "You should control your people better, Commander." And with that, he turns and whips his cape around and walks away. Okay, that's fine. Um, you guys arrive back at the camp, and there you are greeted. There you are actually greeted by her. As she sees you walking forward, she goes, "Good, you're still alright. Is everything okay? I see the island has not left." Going into the forest is always a really bad idea. Heart of the Vale. It's rumored that there is an actual physical heart in the center of the forest that is the source of all the power. Instructed. Well, I don't know about the immediate need of this. I feel like the immediate need right now is above us. I'm taking care of that. Um, Currently, you're the only guy. That's fine. Uh, I believe Jack is in my cabin looking over those orbs. Perhaps we should meet with him. Okay. So you guys return back to her cabin. For the sake of time and meshing everything together, we'll say, Jack, you just finished looking over the orb of fire. Uh, as everyone else comes in, excluding Kylan. Um, Trying to let him smash. Let's see. You gave it to him. Yes, you would have had it. I'll say that you were able to pick it off his body. Um. So, 1 second. Sorry. Um. Ugh, that came out awful. The book, going through it, had the source of the power of these things were in a special chamber that was in the center of the island itself, and in there was a magical core. And if you were to disrupt the core in some way, either through like overloading it, stabbing it really hard, it would take a lot of stabbing of it though. It would stop it from being able to float. About a mile. Okay. Such a good roll. So for those trying to identify an orb, go ahead. Okay, go ahead and make an Arcana check. Oh, those rolls are hot garbage. Holy shit. Wow. So, Thok, you're like, it's an orb. You don't know. um, However, far traveler and Jack, you are able to discern that the orbs seem to all be connected to one of the planar lords, the elemental lords. Um, there is seems to be far traveler is able to discern that there's a possible way of at least either harnessing their energy for a short period of time or possibly summoning them for a short period of time through the orb. A little big for that. That's right. Uh, uh, the only real energy, or there's definitely some planar connection. Uh, Conjuration based magic surrounds them inside of them. Uh, yeah, stuff like that. I don't know which one did Doc take. So, Earth and Wind have also been identified. However, with the identification of three of them, it's pretty easy to discern that the last one is going to be very similar. Okay. Um, do a charisma based check. You can feel the energy kind of almost being drawn out, but you're not able to hold on to or collect anything. Yeah, his mic exploded, or not mic, his webcam. I can hear him. I got him back. Sometimes it just cuts out. All right. Anything else you guys would like to do during your short rest? There's Lee who could do something, but yeah. Okay. In greater detail. Okay, so the short rest does end, and there still seems to be an eerie calm as the island remains floating in the sky, as you can see through the windows of Iluna's hut. And the fires have been more or less put out. Some smolder, but everything seems to be under control. That's true, you guys are rather good at fire prevention. Well, control. I don't know about prevention. You guys are really good at starting fires. Yeah. Okay, so what are you guys doing after your rest? I guess is the question. Not quite. It'll take another hour or so for you to finish your journey. It's an elf trait. Okay. I was gonna look up something and then I forgot. Oh, and I remember now. Okay. So you are able to power him up. Hot fire. Slurp. Slop. What are you guys doing? I was still someone under the bus. Doc, what are you guys doing? Okay, another hour passes and Kylan returns. Kind of just. It, it rests. On foot. uh, so you guys wait another uh 2 hours actually, not just 1 hour. Then Kylan actually makes it back on foot. About twice your movement speed. Staff. Oh. Okay. Kylan has arrived on foot, probably a little tired, but alive. Disguise self? Disguise kit check? Charisma? Yeah. Performance? Kylan, you have returned, and all you find is Thok, run through by his own blade. Okay. Thok, I'm pretty sure you're full health. 31 points of healing. Kylan, this light is floating away. Make an attack roll, I guess. Uh, Thok and Lee, I'm gonna give you guys inspiration for that. That's great. And yeah, you go bing, and hit off his armor. All right. Are you guys just leaving? Probably for the best. I will send an emissary. Can I get a note or something? Some seal, maybe? She'll good. In her cabin, she has parchment and stuff that you can write on. It's just it's helpful to make sure that they know that I'm not some spy or something. Okay. She'll take it. She'll give it to a scout, and they'll head off to the direction that they would know the corps are traveling from. Anything you're gonna do about the Templars? They'll probably be waiting for a reply here soon. I think they will probably have that figured out, but I'll let them know. Uh, I will say that the heart isn't an unknown thing to us, and we've never been able to find it, so good luck. The Thias tree. Um, one moment. she know anything about the Guthias tree? I haven't heard of it, no. Well, good luck, I guess. Uh, she directs. Well, we think the heart of the Vale would be the center, so that is where we try our best to get to. Part of the issue isn't the fact that we never, like, we can't direct ourselves or find our way ourselves into the center, but we always seem to become lost, no matter how hard we try. I guess you're pretending you do. You say this as if we've never done this before, Thok. Luna. We've been searching for the heart of well, the source of corruption, the heart or whatever it was going to be, to no avail. I suppose not. Do you? Well, if you can convince this guy to send in all of his people, then go for it. I'll give you one more warning. I don't know if it's going to help. Stick to the paths or you'll be lost forever. Then again, where you're going might not be on the path. So, okay, you begin traveling into the Vale. You guys are going into the Vale then? Jack and Far Traveler haven't really weighed in their thoughts here. Does Far Traveler wish to weigh in? I guess is the real question here. Okay. Uh, so as you prepare yourself to enter back into the Vale, is there anything specific you wish to do to prepare yourself, or pick up and go? Okay. You enter these sinister woods that is the Vale. You feel the oppressing feeling once more. Though for thee, it's probably actually a little less. Uh, you follow the path that winds and wanders, circling, not circling, sorry, delving deeper into the woods. Just kind of changing the map here for color or lack thereof. Aesthetic, yes. As you travel in the distance, lights, as before, off the beaten path shine, sometimes taking the form of a humanoid, other times just a ball of light, almost beckoning you to follow. Um, a religion check for anyone that wishes to try. There are definitely will-o-wisps. Will-o-wisps typically don't take the form of humanoids like this. Um, it might just be a slightly empowered or an illusion based off of them, however. It has never truly been identified location wise. It is said to be at the center of the forest. But even so, those who have claimed to be at the center say it's not there. But that is boasted and word of mouth. Okay. Um, you just feel a slight pull down the path further in. Okay. Uh, the path winds and continues deeper into the forest. You do actually eventually enter the area where you were. Actually, it's a little farther in. I should say the night does fall as the day has been progressing steadily. Do you wish to continue through the night? Okay. Oh, so, sorry. Um, you set up camp, and I'm guessing watch order. I am. Okay. So, hit the counter spells in your guys' amulets, and I do need watch order. Okay. Okay. So the first half goes uneventfully. Um, even those light sources and the images, the ghostly vestiges of people uh, motioning towards you are gone. Nothing disturbs you. It's an eerie silence all of your watch of the first half. Kylan, second watch, or second half of the watch. You're spent alone, but it's not so bad. The eerie silence uh, makes it so you feel like you'd hear something, especially with your wisdom. As you wait by any sort of light source you may have, or in the darkness, depending on what you would like. Okay, mostly in the darkness. In the faint glow of the embers, in the corner of your eye, you notice something in the distance. Something moving between the trees. A figure The figure goes between the two trees, and you catch a glimpse. Make a perception check real quick. That's a real good perception check. You see a face. Let's see if I can't find the face. One second, I thought I had this and I don't. Okay. Sorry about that. 1 second. It's taking a bit to load. Here we go. Oh, I just want to send that to you. You see a figure in the woods. Did you get the image? Okay. Between trees. Only for a brief moment do you see it. Okay. A moment or two passes when the figure again appears from behind the trees, getting a little closer. This time you hear the faint steps on the broken twigs below. Clearer this time. Any suspicion you may have had before seems to clear up, as the moments pass very slowly as this figure moves tree to tree closer to you. It's almost waiting to see how you react as much as you are to see how it reacts. Okay. The figure comes directly to the path, hidden by the closest tree, just her head peeking out. And I don't know if you can get to the channel directly, but join me in the private channel. Okay, can you hear me? Okay. From the woods, the voice of Ellie comes out and says, "Mother?" "But I'm here. I, I have my mission." Because my mother was not there. Even if it is, even if you're right, you were never there to teach me that. And now, I am here. And until my purpose is fulfilled, I shall always remain. I'm not so heartless that I wouldn't want to see you once. I cannot. Your purpose does not align with my own. But you could join me. and my purpose. Come with me. Come with me. They seek the heart for nefarious reasons, but I can take you, and we can give it to the right people. He is a good person. That may be so, but he brought me back so I could fulfill my purpose. What does that do? Okay. Okay. I wait. Oh, on disk. I see it. Messenger of flame. Flames rise across your body, spreading bright light, 30-foot radius, and dim light for initial 30 feet. Flames don't harm you until the spell ends, and you gain the following benefits. This reaction, you create a line of fire if it's the direction you choose. Each creature in that line must fail ever have much of a successful one. Oh, that's really cool. Okay. Um, being quick and roguish, she disappears back into the forest. Okay, let's go back to the other chat. Hey, everybody. Okay, so as everyone is resting, suddenly Kylan shouts out, if you want to shout it out again, or say it again. Upon this, all wake up. Kylan is on fire and running into the woods. It's about 30 minutes into your watch. So no long rest yet. The answer is always yes. Um, Kylan races into the forest. What is everyone else doing at this point? She's leaving a path of fire as this forest is very dry and now begins to burn around where she is running. Yes, she did leave the path into the woods. So Lee is okay. Do you have the decanter of endless water? Ah. Uh, you're not necessarily lighting everything on fire, but you are definitely causing some smoking. And for the most part, as you follow, you can put out the flame. Okay. Uh, is anyone making any sort of checks, or would anyone like to make checks to see what she's chasing after, or anything like that? All right, perception checks. So this will appear for you again, Nate, in a second, but uh, there you go. You see the figure running deeper into the woods. You may say something if you wish. That's when Ugin died too. He's okay. You cut out there. Okay. As you delve deeper into the woods, you lose sight of her. All of you. She seems to have disappeared. No, Kylan's still there. It's Ellie that is missing. No, no, not Far Traveler. But Ellie is gone. You find yourselves deep in the woods. No path around you. Kylan's still running. Make your attack roll, I guess. 17 hit you. Alright, that's 4 points of force. uh, I'm sure there's a logical reason why you're immune to force. I just want you to repeat it. I remember giving it to you, and I'm still spaced. It's only resistance, so yeah. All right, so yeah, uh, yes, Kylan, you get hit in the back. It hurts, and then you're pulled as if grabbed and ripped from your position. So something like I said today. Triggered. Um, you run deeper and deeper into the forest with no sign of Ellie. 10 minutes pass and the flames dissolve from Kylan. Keep going. Okay. Far Traveler, go ahead and make a survival check. Okay. Sure. What is the next DC level? So as you run deeper into the forest, you realize that something is off. Something about the forest is almost like it's working against your perception of your surroundings, i.e., you guys are becoming magically lost. It's you're unable to keep track of where you are going and where you have been. The forest warrants no response. Bears none. Bears no response. Echoes no response. Whatever. You may try an investigation check if you wish. You spend a little bit of time looking around, kind of gathering your surroundings, trying to find any source of path, of a tree that's weird, or anything that's different, but all you find are more trees, some shrubs, and silence around. No path, no footprints. except your own. You actually do find your own, but they don't lead back far enough for you to follow them. I'll say that only a half hour or so has gone by since you guys began your excursion deeper into the woods. Resting now, or continuing your rest now, would not hinder your long rest. Okay. Does anyone take the secondary watches? It's true. Uh, technically, Thought can only do 2 hours before he needs to get the rest of his rest. The half hour of you guys running is counting it into his time allotted. So he only has an hour and a half that he can stay up. Better than nothing, right? That being said, as you guys rest slightly uneasy, but enough to feel rested for the next day, uh, nothing else happens. You cut out there at the end. Yeah, you're cutting out quite a bit there. Okay. Speak up. Yeah. Yeah, and if Lee's talking to you, I just thought we might as well move it to the morning. So we just because you're gonna ask the same questions when you wake up. So okay, you feel a tug in every direction, and you almost feel through the sword this emotion of frustration. It washes over you, kind of mingles within your own emotions, just slightly, nothing overbearing, and then it passes. What's something? The dirt is dry, cracked, and through all your knowledge of nature and survival, would not be able to bear any sort of life. Okay. Uh, you are able to make mud. Not nutritional at all to make any plants, but it's mud. Okay. The earth is soft for quite a ways before you start hitting a layer of rock here and there. Is there something you're looking for, or are you just digging? You look above, and there is what seems to be a sky, though dark and clouded. Not with physical clouds, but like kind of murky. As you climb a tree to get a vantage point with the drift globe as a light, you see in the distance what you would kind of assume to be where the plains would be. Um, but even looking out on that, where there seems to be almost no cloud cover, everything is dark and murky. Um, but does sort of give you a bearing of which direction is out. Okay, you return to the group or to the ground. Many of the trees are hollow. They're dead, so the sword almost just slides like they're not even there into them. There's some pressure you have to give, but once it starts going, it just it gets rotted through. It gives you this sense of almost wonder how they're even still standing. As you pull your sword out, instead of sap, which you might expect, or even rotting tree, a red liquid drips. Multiple trees act the same way. No, there's no clearing. There's no discernible difference between where you are and where you can look off into the distance. Just tree, and then another tree, spaced only far enough apart that roots may dig into the ground. No effect. Okay. What three facts would you like to know? A path within 300 feet of you? Oh, 3 miles of you. Um, yes, you are able to discern the direction of the path. It is south, what's that, east of you, about a mile and a half away. Taste of blood? Slowly, but yes. you have a map, but not of the specific area, it does have this area included. I'm not going to say no to either of you, so go ahead. This is true. Maybe not of the map itself. However, a very odd medicine check, but if you were to check out the trees, say, you could, in the roots, you could probably discern that these trees do, in fact, have a connection like a vein system, cardiovascular system. No, that's true. Good berries aren't magical. Okay. Um, the veins are more like how sap transfers through roots and the tree. So I did not brush up on my uh, anatomy of plants. that is a good idea, as we are after midnight. We will get into the anatomy of how plant veins will work next time on In the Hulk Signal Adventures. Interesting session, kind of a slow one, but not combat heavy at all, as there was none. And thank you all for playing, and thank you all for watching. And as always, stay classy.